here today and I want to go over kind of how to trim up your petunias. If you can see here how they're kind of getting a little bit leggy. This one has no blooms up here, just a couple blooms down here. So what we'll want to do is just trim it back to a base when you see a little bit more growth, and then just trim it up. And then we'll just kind of go around underneath of here and trim up all of these, and you can do it to your super beanas as well. What that'll do is it'll encourage all of your flowers to grow more up in this area instead of trailing down. If you see some of those, if you have hanging baskets and they're kind of like all your blooms are down here and there's nothing up here, you really need to trim those back up. It'll encourage the blooms to come back up here. So I'm going to go ahead and trim some of these up. And if you want to, you can come in here and kind of see where I'm trimming these. I'm just finding a new growth spot right here. There's a few more branches here and I'm just kind of trimming those up. Same with here. I'm going to come up to this spot there. Now, it might look a little ugly at first, you know, all your blooms. Don't worry about cutting some of the blooms off, that's fine, especially if you have petunias and super beanas. They're just going to keep growing and getting bigger. I've been trimming this one actually a little bit, so there's not a ton for me to trim off. But like I said, if you have some hanging baskets that are really needing some blooms at the top, go ahead and try this, and it should give you that full bloom at the top again. Hey guys, I wanted to kind of show you how to trim up some of these larger thriller pieces here. I actually did these yesterday, so I don't really have anything to cut. As you can see, I took actually quite a bit off of here on my sweet potato vine. If you have some of this sweet potato vine, make sure you get a hold of this and trim that back. It is going to start to take over your whole pot. And if you want to, I mean, there's tons of vines in here, and this is just going to grow back really easily. I just come in here. Some of it was like hanging all the way down for me. So I just kind of come through here, snip it, snip them, and you can really cut these back. In a week they're going to be taken over again. And I had these growing back in here, and I just cut some of them because my lantanas weren't getting the sunlight they were needing, and I had some fiber optic grass. You couldn't even see it. Let's see here. I'm not trimming this back yet. I think it still looks really nice. There is some spots in the back that I could, but I'm just going to let it go for now. Your coleus, if you have any of this, I like this height right here, but if you wanted to, you could come in here, come down to a base where they're sprouting out right there and just snip that back. This here, I just went down again to where they kind of all branch out right there, and I snip them. I'll probably can get one back here. So I just kind of come down in here and snip those back like that. Your sedum is a little bit trickier, but you can kind of just pull on that. It starts to take over in the back. You can just pull on some of that and cut it as needed. You don't have to get any super deep with it. And then you can trim back your super beans if you want to, but I'm gonna let guys, we're gonna head to our window boxes here. I'm gonna trim up these petunias again. Again, I've been kind of keeping up with it, so these don't need a ton of work, but I'm gonna kind of show you here, like I'm going to take this whole thing and I'm going to cut it back because this will keep growing down, and I want these to kind of grow back a little bit further. You kind of want to cut them a little bit shorter than where you want them to be. could cut this back if you wanted to, super easy. You could just come in here, come to the back and start clipping off. If you don't want it so long, but I kind of like mine, so I'm gonna leave it how it is. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope that you've learned how to maintain some of your boxes